I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Bruce Gilbert is suing Laura Peters in the amount of $1,000.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may be seated.
Mr. Gilbert claims his now ex-wife posted a vindictive review of his marriage counseling practice and says the revenge post cost him future clients.
State your name.
Bruce Gilbert, Your Honor.
Ma'am?
Laura Peters.
All right, and sir, you're suing the defendant for $1,000, alleging you suffered lost wages after she posted a false review for your business?
That is correct, Your Honor. I am a marriage counselor. I've been a marriage counselor for 12 years. Laura Peters is my ex-wife, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
You know, we were married for 20 years. And as disappointing as it is, I did the best that I could, and we no longer made each other happy. We argued about everything. We didn't find time for each other.
Don't you know that that's necessary for a successful marriage?
I absolutely do, Your Honor, but I also know that I can't do it by myself. Also, you know, when you ask about my profession and my home, you know, those are two separate things. It's kind of like if you ask a mechanic to work on his own car. My marriage and my business.
What would wrong with a mechanic changing his own battery?
Well, you know, Your Honor, do you want to hear cases when you get home?
Don't ask me questions. I'm asking you the questions.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't.
You should have the wisdom. I have the wisdom of the law to make the right decisions at my home. Yes. No, I'm not trying, but I have the wisdom, the knowledge, the training that allows me to successfully navigate things that deal with the law. It's unfortunate that with all this training that you have, you don't use any of it, or you don't feel that you have the ability to use it to navigate your own life and be successful. Do you think you have much credibility when somebody walks in your office and you're a marriage counselor and they just want to know, well, you know how marriage is, don't you? Yeah, I know how marriage. Are you married? Yeah, I've been married for 20 years. Then they say, well, those 20 years, are you still married, right? No, I divorced.
I agree.
Oh, I got the wrong counselor. Let me go. So that's what I'm saying. Yes, it does matter, both in your private and in your professional life.
In my defense, Your Honor, a marriage is a two-way street, and it's not something that one person can affect on their own. All right? My ex-wife did not meet me halfway.
How many years ago did it start going bad?
It started to go bad, I guess, in the 15th year, Your Honor. I wish that both of us could have taken the time to meet each other halfway, and we did not do that.
What was going on? What was going wrong with your marriage?
Well, we lost affection was one thing, and the arguments were over everything, every little thing. It seemed like that there was nothing.
He started all the arguments, Your Honor. He started every argument.
There was nothing that I could do that would make her happy.
She says you started all the arguments. Is that true?
She's certainly entitled to her opinion. I don't believe that that's true, Your Honor.
Did you start the majority of them?
No, I believe that it was 50-50, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. And you have a unique knowledge on how to handle arguments, though. You should. You should have a unique knowledge about how to handle arguments within a marriage. And you should be able to tell folks, walk away when you feel like you want to argue, or if your wife begins saying things that might provoke an argument. Walk away, or say, honey, please, let's not do this, or do something that stops that. You can try and back away from your knowledge and your profession all you want. But let me tell you, that people, when I'm with them and they ask me about the law, if I can't give them the correct law and don't comply with that law, they're not going to recommend me as a lawyer to anybody.
I understand, Your Honor. Again, I have to say in my own defense that one party in a marriage can only carry half of the load. Can walk away.
One party can walk away. Not half and half argue. All right, sir, but I hate keep reflecting on your profession, but I have to, because she's a lay woman. She may not know how to handle conflict. It's less likely, it's very less likely that she knows how to handle a conflict in marriage. You've been trained to learn how to resolve conflict in a marriage. So when she says you argue most of the time, you admit to half of the time. Whenever somebody admits to something, you put another 20, 30% on that.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
I told him, I can't believe that you've been cheating on me with another woman.
Cheating,
and I just was...
Cheating implies that something physical or sexual was going on at that point, and it was not.
How's your day going? This is from the lady.
Yes.
Better now that you text. Why was your day better after you heard from her?
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Bruce Gilbert, who is suing Laura Peters for lost wages.
What were the arguments about for the most part?
We argued about everything, Your Honor.
Okay.
From what the weather may be outside that day to what restaurant to eat at, whether or not there was a towel on the bathroom floor, and any little thing.
Well, there were some underlying problems there then. What do you suspect those were?
I believe that we grew apart, Your Honor.
Okay.
I believe that after 15 years, we began to grow apart.
Because you weren't spending time with each other, like you said.
That is correct. Also, not meeting each other halfway. There was a time when we both made every effort to make each other happy. We got married intending to be together for the rest of our lives. And both of us stopped working towards that goal. We decided that the best thing to do at that point would be a trial separation. We separated, and during that time, Your Honor, I met another woman. Her name was Kate. We exchanged phone numbers. We were at a bar one evening with some friends. And
that story didn't work for her, and so it's not working for me. Let me hear from you, and then I'll determine whether I'm going to buy that story. Go ahead.
Yes, hi, Your Honor. So we were married for about 20 years, and our marriage always seemed to lack affection from the beginning. From the beginning? From the beginning. We cared about each other as people, like we wanted to see each other win in our professions and stuff like that, but there's always been like a lack of intimacy between us. So when I found out...
That might happen years later when don't bother me, I'm in the bed on my side, I'm trying to sleep, don't be reaching over here, and
And it might be because of the...
40s, 50s, and 60s, or 50s and 60s and 70s.
It might have been because of so much arguing between us that we just lacked affection.
Correct.
But we were trying to make our marriage work. We separated for 2 months, and he called me up saying that he wanted to reconcile, and we went to dinner, and everything was going well.
I called you up to tell you that I wanted to talk about our marriage. Let's be clear about that.
Insinuating that we were going to get back together.
What were you all talking about when you first got there?
Well, we were just saying that we really missed each other. And
is that true, sir?
I did. That is true. I did miss her. I did tell her that I missed her.
So, you know, the time apart had, I guess, absent make the heart grow fonder or something like that.
Someone said that?
Well, that's how I felt.
That's the implication.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
That's how you felt.
Yeah, I wanted to make our marriage work.
And he said he missed you.
He said he missed me.
You don't miss somebody you're really trying to bring to the table and say, I'm divorcing you.
Right.
That ain't how you lead out, sir.
So when he went to the restroom and his phone kept ringing, So I looked at the phone and discovered that he had been communicating with another woman. So
How long have you all been separated?
For 2 months.
Go ahead.
So I do have screenshots of the messages that I can give to you.
Yes, let me see them, please, Amir.
So when I saw that, it kind of like set me off. You know, I got infuriated, and I was ready to storm out of the restaurant. I told him, I can't believe that you've been cheating on me with another woman after we've been together for all these years.
Cheating,
and I just was,
cheating implies that something physical or sexual was going on at that point, and it was not.
Well, cheating can be emotional or physical. And since we weren't living with each other at the time, I would assume that he was finding affection with the other woman.
How's your day going? This is from the lady.
Yes.
Better now that you text. Why was your day better after you heard from her?
We enjoyed each other's company, and she brightened my day, Your Honor. My ex-wife and I, at the time, were separated and living under separate roofs.
Do you say this to your buddies when they text and say, hey, man, what's up? Buddies who you enjoy hanging out with, do you say that to them?
I do say, hey, man, what's up?
You say that to men?
Not the part about that my day is better having heard from a man, no, Your Honor.
Why?
Men don't brighten my day.
Why?
Just, I guess, my preference, Your Honor. If I
preference for what?
For who I choose to brighten my day.
Okay, so only this woman can brighten your day?
No, Your Honor, but men don't brighten my day.
All right, let's move on.
I did mention, Your Honor, when I said that I had met Kate, that I enjoyed her company and she enjoyed mine.
Every woman that texts you, do you say better now that you've texted? You tell every woman that?
No, Your Honor. That was specific to her.
Why?
Because she and I were embarking on getting to know each other better. And it brightened my day.
You had an interest in her.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, well,
I agree.
that's what we're talking about.
I agree.
You don't tell a woman that you intend to divorce, I miss you. And you know you're misleading her.
I brought her to dinner that evening to tell her that I intended to move on with my life, Your Honor.
So why did you tell her you missed her?
We never made it that far.
Why did you tell her you missed her?
Because I did. I was married to her for 20 years, sir.
Coming up.
Hope you can work through whatever it is you're going. They're counseling you. Your clients counsel you. But it does say, this review has given Jamie and I serious reservations. As a result, we will be canceling our 5 upcoming sessions with you. You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Bruce Gilbert, who is suing Laura Peters for lost wages.
What are you suing her for, sir?
She wrote a review on my website saying that I was a cheater and did not follow the advice that I give to couples that I counsel, and that cost me 5 sessions, which would have totaled $1,000 in income. I'm sorry?
Someone told you that? They said,
yes, I actually have provided the court with the text message where the couple counseled.
Text message from whom?
That is the couple that I was going to counsel. That read her review.
We saw Laura's review on your page. I hope you can work through whatever it is you're going. They're counseling you. Your clients counsel you. This review, I hope you can work through. If you need a couple of tips, maybe we can help you out. No, it doesn't say that, but it does say, this review has given Jamie and I serious reservations. As a result, we will be canceling our 5 upcoming sessions with you. Best of luck to you. She was given a public notice, right? This was what they call a public broadcast. You know, like when you get an Amber Alert or something? She was giving these folks an Amber Alert. Watch out for him.
I had not cheated on my wife, and she posted that review out of anger when she found out that I was dating Caitlin. She did that specifically to impact my business.
How do you know?
Because it's not true. Because what she said was not true.
How do you know she did it intentionally to impact your business?
Because she said that herself. She stated that herself.
Ma'am, why did you post that?
I didn't say that.
Coming up.
If you had not seen that I was dating Kate, would you have posted that review?
I would have posted that review because I would have never known you were cheating on your spouse.
And the other part is, there's a debate as to whether that's cheating or not when you're seeing someone while separated. You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Bruce Gilbert, who is suing Laura Peters for lost wages.
What did she post exactly? Who has that? Let's see it. Do not go to him. He is a horrible marriage counselor who cheated on his spouse. Please save yourself the trouble. Now, he may not be a horrible marriage counselor. That may not be true at all. But he may be a cheater. But that doesn't mean he's not a good marriage counselor. It might be that he doesn't go by his own rules of his profession that he gives advice to. I might not. I might kick a client out. Get out of here. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, a lawyer is supposed to, or a judge, like you see me today. It's like sometimes, anybody watch my show, they say, oh, well, he gets upset sometime. He doesn't follow the decorum of a courtroom, et cetera, et cetera. But I'll say that's what's supposed to happen. So that's what I'm saying. He can advise and not follow his own advice at home.
Well, Your Honor, I felt like the statement was true because he doesn't follow his own advice. And
he doesn't have to be a good counselor.
But if he's not being a good counselor in his own marriage, how could someone trust him to be a good counselor in their marriage?
If you had not seen that I was dating Kate, would you have posted that review?
I would have posted that review because I would have never known you were cheating on your spouse.
And the other part is, there's a debate as to whether that's cheating or not when you're seeing someone while separated.
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. That's a subjective assessment. Different people view it different ways. You don't see you're separated for 2 years. Is it cheating when you got a girlfriend over the course of that 2 years, or you dating a man over the course of that 2 years? How long are you separated before you can cheat?
I think it just depends if the assumption is that we're getting back together.
All right.
We separated because we needed space from each other, not because we necessarily intended to divorce. But with the situation with the other woman, we didn't have a choice.
Yeah. Ma'am, I believe you posted this in retaliation out of anger for him talking to another woman or whatever he's supposed to have been doing with the woman. As such, I'm going to grant his judgment. You retaliated and hurt his business in the process. Good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $1,000.
Do you two have any final words for each other?
I hope that we can still be friends. We've been through a lot together.
I'm not sure about that.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.